Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we're going to be over my Week 1 NFL predictions. And before we start with my predictions, just so you guys know, I will be doing a live watch party for at least one game per week this NFL season. And for the first week, we're going to actually have three. So we're going to have a watch party starting at about 8:10 for Thursday Night Football, which is the opening game of the season. Sunday Night Football also. And also, same thing with Monday Night Football. And they will all start approximately 10 minutes before kickoff. So starting off on Thursday Night Football, the defending Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams are hosting the Buffalo Bills. Both teams are elite teams and true Super Bowl contenders this season. This should be a really good game. I think it's going to be one of the best games, definitely the best game of the first week. And it should be one of the best games of the season. The Bills added Von Miller from the Rams, and he was one of the missing pieces for the Bills as a elite pass rusher. But I have the defending Super Bowl champions, the Rams, getting the win here in a high-scoring game, entertaining game, 35-31. Moving to Sunday's games, we have the Saints visiting the Falcons. So this was a pretty easy game for me to pick. The Falcons don't have a very good team in general. Their offense is not good. The Saints have an elite defense. The Falcons really just aren't that good. Jameis Winston concerns me at quarterback for the Saints, but I think he's going to do enough to have the Saints get the win. And, the Falcons' defense also isn't that good. I have the Saints easily winning this one 27-13. Next, we have the 49ers at the Bears. So, the main thing here is Trey Lance starts the season as the starter for the 49ers. He has started a few games, but I think this is his, third start or something like that. I think it's his third. But the 49ers have a great pass rush led by Nick Bosa. And the Bears have a brutal offensive line. So the pass rush should be able to get home early and often. Kyle Shanahan, the 49ers head coach, is a great offensive mind. It should be able to make it easy for Trey Lance in one of his first games as a starter. 49ers easily 26-10. Next, we have the Bengals hosting the Steelers. So the Bengals are coming off a Super Bowl appearance, and they have a chance to beat the Steelers 4 times in a row, something they haven't done since 1988 through 1990, where they beat the Steelers 6 times in a row. But this game is also in Cincinnati. Even though the Steelers have a good defense, I still think the Bengals are going to be able to score points. I have them scoring 31 of them, and the Steelers only ending up at 21. So I have the Bengals winning their 4th in a row against the Steelers, taking this one home 31-21. Next, we have the Eagles going to Detroit to take on the Lions. So the Eagles are predicted to have a great season. The Lions are a team that I believe are going to hang around in a lot of games, but they're not going to necessarily win all the close games. And this is an example of exactly that. I think the Lions are going to hang around with the Eagles for a while. But I do think the Eagles will end up getting the 31-26 win on the road. Next, we have the Patriots at Dolphins. The Dolphins have beaten the Patriots 4 of the last 5 times the two teams have met in Miami. The Patriots have a lot of offensive uncertainty. Who's going to call plays? Stuff like that. I don't trust the offense. They lost their best cornerback, J.C. Jackson, and they start off week 1 against 2 great wide receivers, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I have the Dolphins winning this one 27-23. Next, we have the Browns going to Carolina to take on the Panthers, and Baker Mayfield, who they obviously traded to the Panthers about a month or so ago. So the Browns obviously don't have their quarterback, Deshaun Watson, as he's suspended for the first 11 games of the season. So they're going to have Jacoby Brissett as quarterback. Baker Mayfield is the Panthers quarterback looking to get revenge on the Browns for what they did to him, trading for Watson and then not wanting to trade him and stuff like that. But I do think Baker Mayfield will get his revenge on the Browns. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. Both teams have pretty good defenses. But I think the Panthers are going to get the win here 24-16. Next, we have the Ravens at the Jets. So Joe Flacco is starting for the Jets in place of the injured Zach Wilson, who's still recovering from a knee injury he suffered in the preseason. Flacco used to play for the Ravens. In fact, he led them to a Super Bowl win over the 49ers. This should be an easy win for the Ravens, who are now finally healthy. And I think it's going to be an easy win for the Ravens against their former quarterback, as the Ravens take this one home 31-16. Next, we have the Jaguars at the Commanders. So the Carson Wentz era starts in Washington, and the Doug Peterson era begins in Jacksonville. Doug Peterson has a lot of experience coaching against Washington. as he had time with the Eagles, where he actually won a Super Bowl there. I think the Commanders will be good this game. They don't have Chase Young, so that's a loss to the pass rush. But I think it's going to be a close win for the Commanders, as I do think the Jaguars will make this one interesting, but the Commanders will take this one home 21-17. Next, we have the Colts visiting the Texans. So this is Matt Ryan's first game as a Colt. The Texans have a few interesting pieces like Dameon Pierce, Brandon Cooks, Derek Stingley Jr., also Davis Mills. We really don't know what the deal is with him. He looked good sometimes as a rookie, other times not. This should be a close game, but I do have the Colts getting the win on the road here, 29-25, in sort of a weird scoring game. Next, we have the Giants visiting the Texans. So the Brian Daboll era begins in New York in Tennessee. The Giants had a brutal year last year. This is a big year for Saquon Barkley heading into a contract year. The Titans are going to want to run the ball a lot, and I don't really trust the Giants' run defense or ability to stop Derrick Henry. Not just any running back, but, I mean, he's Derrick Henry. But I have the Titans winning this one 24-14. Next, we have the Packers visiting the Vikings. So this is a tough game for me to pick. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. Or not a defensive battle. I think offenses are going to score points, but I think the defenses are going to have some big plays in this game. Packers defense has potential to be really good. They also have inexperienced wide receivers, so look for them to get their running backs A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones involved in the pass game early and often. But I think this will be a very close game. I do have the Vikings getting the win here, as the past few times they've met in US Bank Stadium or in Minnesota, the Vikings have actually ended up getting the win, and I think they're going to get another win in Minnesota over the Packers, getting off to a good start in the season, defeating the Packers by a score of 27-24. Next, we have the Chiefs visiting the Cardinals. So they're going to be without Tyreek Hill for this game and for the entire season, so it's going to be interesting to see how the offense functions without Tyreek Hill. The Cardinals are also without their top target, DeAndre Hopkins. I do think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Two good offenses, but I do think the Chiefs have the better offense and will end up getting the win 33-27. Next, we have the Raiders visiting the Chargers. So this should be a great game. The last time these two teams played, it was in Week 18 in one of the best games last season. I think the Chargers were the better team then. I think they had the better offseason. The Raiders still had a good offseason, but I think the Chargers have just one of the best complete rosters in the NFL. And I think they're going to get the win behind a big day from Justin Herbert as they defeat division rival the Raiders 34-22. Moving on to Sunday Night Football, this is the second game we're going to have a live watch party for, and it is the Buccaneers visiting the Cowboys. These two teams faced off to begin the season last season, but that was in Tampa. This time it's in Dallas. Both offensive lines are missing a few key pieces. The Cowboys are without Tyron Smith. The Buccaneers lost a few key players that made their offensive line so good, such as Ryan Jensen, who has a serious knee injury. That Ali Marpet retired, plus they lost a few others. But I do think the Buccaneers will be able to get the win here, and it's going to be a final score of 27-21. And the final game, Monday Night Football, and this is the third and final game we will have a live watch party for this week. We have the Broncos visiting the Seahawks. Russell Wilson returns to Seattle in his first game with the Broncos. This is a relatively easy pick for me. It's definitely going to be the Broncos, easily winning 31-13, as they had a pretty good offseason, and the Seahawks have Geno Smith at quarterback. So the Broncos, easy, as I just said, 31-13. So that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with my predictions, disagree, and why. Also, make sure to check out the community tab of my channel where you guys can vote on who you think will win some of this week's games. And I hope to see you for the live watch parties on Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.